Hello, and welcome to this energy reading for the upcoming month of July. I'm Kate Vanden with Leading with Intuition, and we're going to be looking ahead today at the energetic landscape, the map, if you like, for the next few weeks ahead of us. And it's looking pretty exciting. I'm really so excited to be here and able to do this reading for you today. So this is a reading that I like to do often with my coaching clients on a monthly basis, where we look ahead at what the landscape, both inner and outer, potentially is going to be looking like for the next few months. So it's more of a weather forecast, like Colette Baron-Reid likes to say, rather than a prediction. This is not a predictive magic ball reading in any shape or form. The premise here is that there's an understanding that you are more than just this 3D world around you. Like you're a soul within a human body, and your soul is here to grow. And to grow, we need to often face challenges or go through learning experiences. And it's like taking an exam. It's better if you know the exam's coming, because then you have some time to prepare. So that's the idea behind what we're going to be talking about today. Is there's a lot of opportunities for growth in the next few weeks. And if you have an idea of what is coming ahead of you, then you have the opportunity to prepare for that exam, to call in the resources that you need, to tap into the allies that are around you, both in the physical world and, in the ethereal spiritual world. I like to use a lot of the allies that I will use and often refer to are nature-based, so animals specifically. I'm very much I work a lot with the animal energy. And the earth metaphor, the story of growth, the story that we'll see in nature around us every day. Like nature is always growing and changing and evolving. And so are we, because we are part of nature. So a lot of the story and the metaphor that we'll be talking about is very nature-based. And that's exactly what this is. Today we're going to be talking about a story. There's a map that has been laid out in front of us, and it's like a storybook. And you have the opportunity, like those books when we were kids, where if you go to this page, this journey is going to happen. If you then turn to this page, this is the next part of your adventure. So what we're looking at today is the opportunities for growth that are coming up for you as a soul and therefore as a person for the next few weeks of July. The reading has different layers, so we're going to be looking at the overarching themes, then some questions for you to be thinking about, some maybe action for you to take, areas for growth, maybe some healing areas that you need to be concentrating on, or you're being highly encouraged to concentrate on. You don't need to do anything. Again, this is suggestions, and you then make decisions. So this is an opportunity for you to decide, and which is interestingly a lot of the theme that's coming up in the map for this month of July. So we have themes, and then we have the actual story, the landscape, the layout, and then the third row is then talking about the energy and potential lessons that are accompanying each part of the journey. So let's start. So let's look ahead. So overarching big themes and big symbols and things to pay attention to that might be showing up for you really significantly through the month of July is polar bear. I mean, polar bear showed up here 3 times from 2 different decks. We have 3 polar bears, along with a dragon's lair up in the icy, north. And so there's something very much about that polar bear energy, along with the North Star. And the North Star then also talks about with the compass, and we begin the reading with the North Star, and we actually end the reading with the lost compass. So it's something in the story for you, the metaphor is to really be thinking about getting back in alignment with what is that true North Star for you. And another of the themes that are coming up, so we have allies, we have the polar bear, another animal ally that is showing up for us is the elephant, as well as the whale. And the polar bear, actually, interestingly, is the medicine from the polar bear is very much about courage, determination, and strength, and standing your ground and really almost defending what's true for you, which is, of course, the card literally right next to it is, am I apologizing for my truth? So are you standing, you're being really asked to tap into the energy of that polar bear and to stand your ground and know your truth so you can defend your truth. The other thing with an elephant is the other ally here is, and we'll talk a little bit more in detail about what that card specifically means. But an elephant as again, an ally, and the medicine from the elephant is also power and strength, but with wisdom. So there isn't like a charging, chaotic energy. It's very much a standing your ground, standing in your power, standing in your strength, but doing it from a place of wisdom. Because whales, the other animal that's showing up for us here, actually as well as caterpillar. So we can also talk about the caterpillar being, that level of transformation. So this is a very transformative month. There's a lot of opportunity for change for you here. So the whale is also symbolic of finding your true voice and communicate, like really effective communication skills, because whales, they communicate by singing. So there's that harmony around the way that they'll communicate with each other. It isn't chaotic. It's very harmonic, which means that you're in balance with others, but you still have your own true, your own individual voice. And so one of the things, because again, we have the pointing to the North Star. So we're starting off with the overall theme for the entire month of July with leadership as a theme and the North Star. So there, again, with the polar bear energy here, we're talking about having that power and that strength. But there's also, there's the power and the strength that also comes with vulnerability. So what I'm really feeling here is there's a lot of suggestion that it isn't necessarily about what we think leadership is, what we think power is. There's a real feeling here of almost rewriting that story around what is good leadership, what is true leadership. Am I being a leader in my own life, or am I giving away my power to others? Because you're being asked to surrender to receiving support and love, again, with the polar bear symbology associated with that, allowing the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So there's this balance between power, strength, standing up for yourself, the independent, nature of standing at the front as the leader, but then also balancing that with real, true, effective leadership means asking for help when you know you need it, looking to the rest of the tribe. It isn't, no man or polar bear is an island. We're very much living in a tribe community. So who are your people, and how are you allowing them to help and support you, as well as you helping and supporting them? Because by you nurturing others, it's also giving that gift of letting them nurture you back. There's something very special about giving to others. And when we don't receive love and support, we're actually denying somebody else that opportunity to give to us. So one of the questions that we're being asked to really seriously consider for the next few weeks is, am I apologizing for my truth? And this is important because, again, if we put that right next to the concept of leadership and standing in power and being, so just reading from the book here about the sacred landscape, about the leadership, is saying, just as the North Star is a beacon for travelers in the dark of the night, you are a beacon for others. It's time to step into the light and take your leadership role. You are a teacher, steward, guardian, and healer, a true leader. Own these gifts. Come into the light. Don't hold back. Let the world see your light. The greatest leaders are those who know how to serve and act as stepping stones for others to reach their dreams. If you have been hiding in the background, it's time to break out and become the light for others. Through this, your star shines brighter. So where are you hiding almost behind what you know to be true? Where your North Star is and your true compass. Where are you apologizing for that and maybe playing small? Maybe taking a moment, and a moment of courage and, leadership, saying something that you wouldn't normally say, and then find yourself apologizing for, even though it was true for you. So you're really being asked to, part of that power and that strength and defense is defending what is true for you, but doing it in a way that is still collaborative and harmonious with the rest of the tribe. You don't have to be in conflict to be able to defend and stand for your own truth. So today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra is courage is contagious. So again, thinking that along the lines of what is a true leader, a leader leads by example. So by leading and standing in your own light and in your own power, you're giving others permission around you to do the same. Because you're also being asked, the action card was in response to what is coming up for healing. And this was interesting because almost the rest of the reading is very much a pause, and there isn't a lot of forward movement. But this card comes out asking us to really heal what is stopping us from taking action. Like, I step into my glorious future with determination and power. And even in this card, again, we have the star, that she's shooting her bow and arrow, aiming at her true north, her North Star. So there is something very, very, very important about getting back into alignment and almost cutting out everything that is no longer true for you. And so being really ruthless with what is my truth, what is true for me, and how can I take action to move forward towards that truth. And but she's not rushing forward in this action card. She is still standing still, and she is looking before she leaps. And again, we have that a little bit further down with the slow and steady. It's very much a step by step. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to have the whole path laid out in front of you before you start taking action. But it is really important right now to start moving towards what is true for you and not apologizing for it. Because the way that the storyline kind of lays out, and again, this isn't necessarily in weeks, it's in parts, and although it may, fall into weeks, because we're starting this month of July with unexpected visitors. So something is going to happen that is literally unexpected, whether people are dropping in, whether people are dropping out, whether there's an event that happens that is just completely unexpected. But the energy around this card is very much, I did not see that coming. Because the energy that's accompanying this is the vanishing mirror, which is ego sublimation. And so what is happening here, and what we're being asked to do, is whatever happens, whatever comes out of nowhere, is going to make us really look at ourselves differently. So the vanishing mirror is almost our view of ourself is dissolving. Again, like that caterpillar, if you know anything about how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, the caterpillar itself actually in its caterpillar form, it dissolves and disappears, and then it reforms and becomes the butterfly. It doesn't just grow wings. It actually, the caterpillar original form that we're in. So where we are right now, whoever you're seeing in the mirror, we're being asked to let that perception of that identity completely dissolve away, because this is a real opportunity here for us to literally step into a new world, but it's an unknown world. We have to let go of that past before we can start looking at the future. So first part of the month, don't be surprised again if there's something that really comes up that really makes you take a look at yourself, take a look at the world around you, take a look at the life that you're living. And again, surprises aren't necessarily bad. Some of us like them, some of us don't. It's just by standing in our strength, and if you can just really feel that kind of very polar bear-esque energy of being grounded and earthed and rooted in self and in your truth, chaos won't distort you or disturb you. You can observe it without being swayed by it. Because the second part of the month as we move into is this elephant energy along with listening. So coupling again that with leadership is good leaders listen. And it isn't always about the noise that you're making. It's about listening to the noise that others are making and integrating that. And at the same time, still standing strong and true in who you are. So really think about, where am I being asked to listen? And not necessarily jump in with an answer, not necessarily jump in with needing to fix or to know anything, because not only are you listening to others and the tribe around you and the world around you, you're being asked to also listen for what is true for you. So that might be the media, that might be conversations that you're involved with or that you're overhearing. Is really get into your body and feel what resonates as true for you. What is your truth? And it doesn't matter if it's somebody else's truth or not. Multiple truths can exist alongside each other. What you're being asked right now is to really get into alignment with what is true for you. What is your truth? And being clear about what that is and in alignment with that is. And also then stepping into taking action that is in alignment with what is true for you. Whale song is the energy that is accompanying this listening. So it's very much around this harmonious, communicating harmoniously, really listening to what is being said, maybe listening to what is not being said, standing in your power, standing in your truth, acting and operating from a place of wisdom and a higher level of understanding. And again, it isn't about creating discord here. We're being asked very much to listen to our inner knowing, listen to our guidance, listening to maybe, what is not necessarily easily heard, but it's just a knowing, listening to that knowing that you have within you that could have no basis. Like you might not be having evidence in the real world, but you just know that it's true for you. So really, really listen to that. As we move into the third part of the month, we're being asked to step into the unknown. This Dragon's Lair is talking about basically, I don't know what's in there. But I know I have to go into there. I know I need to go into the Dragon's Lair. So something is happening again this month where we're being given the opportunity to step out of our comfort zone, to step into a new world. And even though we don't know what is happening in this icy kingdom, we have to trust that we have everything that we need. We have all the power and strength and resilience and resources within us to be able to expand into this new unknown world. Because if we wait to know everything, we will never move forward. And we are very much being asked to move forward through this next month. The caterpillar is again showing you there's this great opportunity. This is a massive growth opportunity, but you have to trust. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your guidance. You have to trust that you're supported and loved, and you have all of the resources that you need within you, and take that step forward. Because moving out of that is very much that movement forward, but it's slow and steady. So again, we're talking about, you might not know where you're going you might not know the destination, but if you trust your own inner compass, you are going to know which direction to start walking step by step by step. The energy accompanying that last part of this phase is the lost compass. So getting back into integrity. So like I said, we begin literally this reading and we end this reading with that very much North Star. Where is my compass pointing? What is true for me? Where am I heading? And who is coming with me? What allies do you need to allow to come along with you, to receive their support and love along with your journey. And also acknowledging that some people might not want to be walking that path with you because it's out of integrity for them. So, and that's okay. So living in a world where we walk our own truth, we stay in alignment with who and what we are, that's where we walk a path of integrity. And that's definitely what we're being called to look at for this next month. So overall, I think it's going to be an amazing, it's not all roses and roller coasters, but it's going to be a very transformational, empowering month if we actually allow ourselves to take advantage of all the opportunities that are showing up. So I would love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear how that lands with some of you. And until next time, thank you so much.